how concerned are you about this Lakers team?
Well, I'm very concerned, only from this perspective. Max, Molly, we've been talking so much football. Obviously, over the holidays and beyond, I've been around, circulating around the NBA because that's what I love to do. And when you talk about the Lakers, they've got the best record, one of the top 2 records in basketball. They're 30-7. Even with a 4-game losing streak recently, they still have one of the best records in basketball. A lot of that obviously has to do with Anthony Davis, who's averaging 27-9 on the season, along with LeBron James, of course, as far as I'm concerned, 2 of the top 4 league MVP candidates. But when you talk to people around the league, especially the Clippers, who have beaten them twice in the 2 meetings that they've had against the Los Angeles Lakers, no one questions the talent of the Los Angeles Lakers. You have 2 of the top 5 players in the world. Anthony Davis is clearly a top 5 player on the planet. You know what they bring to the table talent-wise. But nobody fears them because you have people literally saying they're soft, that we can get at them. We believe we can go at them, get physical with them, compromise them a little bit, if not flat out take their heart. That's what we believe about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm telling you what I've been told. I'm not saying that. This is what I've been told by players. And so when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, and the belief is that you can get physical with them, then you see, obviously, LeBron, we know he's a physical specimen, but he is in his 17th season, that groin injury that he sustained and what have you, and he's going to fight through that, and he's been fighting through that, yet when it was against Kawhi Leonard, that didn't appear to be the case. You look at Anthony Davis. He's had a slew of injuries. We brought him on first. He came on First Take, blessed us with his presence on First Take. If you recall, that was the question that I asked him at that particular moment in time. Why? Because that is what people were saying about him. He even acknowledged he had heard it before, which is why he worked so hard, gained some weight and strength in the offseason, but still durability has been a question mark with him this season. And when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers and opponents that go against them, this is what they say. Very few teams believe talent-wise they can match up with them. They all believe, you can get physical with them. You got a chance to take their heart and to compromise them. And I'll go as far as to say this. The only time that anybody has mentioned anything else other than physicality, Max, other than getting physical with them, the only thing basketball related that I heard, that I've been waiting to tell you in the new year, I was told by a very reliable source that Kawhi Leonard sat up there and said, somebody tell LeBron, stop being scared to guard me. That's what they said.
All right, you know what?
That Kawhi is walking around feeling. That's the only basketball thing that I've heard about the Lakers. Outside of that, the only thing anybody questions is their physical toughness. Can you get physical with them and compromise them?
Well,
and I think
Max,
the Lakers are going to have to deal with that.
Wants to hear from you.
Forward.
I just have the MRI results. I just want to share that really quickly. Oh, actually, we're going to wait on the MRI results. We are not going to get into that yet, and we want to check a few things before we let that out on air. So we will get to Max, as promised.
Look, I was going to sit here and talk about the thing the Lakers really have to worry about is Anthony Davis and free agency. There's no reason to think he's going to go somewhere else. Nevertheless, there's Rich Paul and them doing their due diligence, not just giving away the store now and biding their time, seeing what's going to happen. I think there's every indication he'll stay. However, the fact that his name isn't on the dotted line, that's what the Lakers have to worry about. But I'm not even going to talk about that right now because I love what you just brought up, Stephen A. What did I say? Who did I say is the best basketball player in the world after the finals last year? Kawhi Leonard.
That, yes.
What did we see opening night? Kawhi Leonard. Did LeBron want him? No, he did not. What did you sit there saying, as you would say, religiously from that point on? LeBron, you better show up Christmas Day. It's not that LeBron didn't show up. It's that Kawhi did. Gave him 35 and 12. Was easily the best player on the floor. And they won again with the whole world watching. Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James. That's the Lakers' problem. And then Paul George. Listen, you know why the Clippers have 12 losses instead of the 7 the Lakers have? Because they're not playing themselves in the regular season. Let the Lakers make a point, chase a regular season record as the Warriors did when they fell to LeBron. LeBron's seemed to have forgotten the lesson that he understood in recent years. He's older. Let me take my foot off the pedal in the regular season in some ways so I can accelerate in the playoffs. That's what the Clippers are doing. You know why they lost a couple of games recently, had a close call with the Knicks? Kawhi doesn't play on this day, then Paul George doesn't play on that day. Kawhi doesn't play like that. When they play together, they play 25, 20 minutes, 19 minutes, doesn't matter. It's enough to beat these teams. When the playoffs come, the Clippers will be ready. The number one problem the Lakers have in this season, forget about AD in the offseason for a second, is the best player in the world, is also obviously the best player in Los Angeles, and he plays for the Clippers. And his name is Kawhi Leonard, Stephen A.
Well, let me respond to a couple of things that you said before I give it back to you. Number one, I'm not of the belief that Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James. I'm not there. That's number one. Number two, I think that we need to be concerned as to whether or not Kawhi and the Clippers will end up meeting the Los Angeles Lakers because sometimes their priority seems to be being the champions of L.A. instead of being the champions of the NBA. So they got to be careful because there may be other teams in the West lurking, and they get up for the Lakers and sort of play down to other competitions. You always got to be concerned about something like that because that's potentially an upset. Number three, even though you got to remember, opening night, no question. We know where I stood about that. I don't need to regurgitate that point. But Christmas Day, LeBron got hurt before then. The only reason I bring it up is because I was personally told that the quote was, tell LeBron to stop being scared to guard me. That's what Kawhi Leonard has said to people.
But that's so.
Now, I don't talk to Kawhi Leonard. All I'm saying to you is that goes to your point, Max. I'm giving it back to you by saying I have to fall back and defer to your position on Kawhi Leonard if I'm going to believe that Kawhi has said that to some people, which I am hearing he did. I'm telling you, that's what he's saying. And if you are LeBron James, if I've heard it, you've heard it. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.